It's been a while. Sorry that I haven't made any videos in the past weeks, but I was going through some things, shoulder injury-wise, health-wise, and didn't have it in me to make any videos, so my apologies. But we're back now, and better than ever, and I'm feeling really good, and I'm going to try and vlog today's workout, today's day, pretty much, and show you a little bit of what's been going on, and how I'm looking a little bit, and how my training is going, and what I'm eating right now. So you guys can see all that in this video, and yeah, just have fun with it, because I think that's what all this vlogging and documenting all this stuff is about. Having fun and showing you what I do and what it's going to take for me to turn pro, because that's the goal of this prep. Is I'm going to turn pro, and I'm going to go down fighting if that's what it takes, because I've been wanting this for such a long time. So, but enough yapping. More yapping later. But right now, let's start this pre-workout meal. All right. So for my protein source, I'm eating this leftover rotisserie chicken I got at Costco. That's my protein source. So what I do is I just pretty much just heat up in the air fryer like that, and it tastes pretty good. And for my carb source, I'm gonna have this Quaker instant oats. I have all these 3 flavors. My favorite is the maple brown sugar. I mean, these are both good too, but I like this one the most. And I'm gonna put that in here, and I'm gonna add some blueberries, and I'm gonna cook it with some milk, because with water it tastes pretty watered down. I don't like the water. I like with milk. So I'm gonna put some milk in there and some fruits, and I think I have a banana, and that's about it. If you can't see the scale, I'm weighing out 190 grams, or I should say milliliters, of milk. Oops, I put a little too much, but that's fine, it's whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna put using this fat-free milk. Alright, my rotisserie chicken just came out. I can't carry the plate, otherwise I'll burn my hands, but my chicken's right here. And I'm gonna put you guys on right now, and probably the best hot sauce. And I'm gonna say the best because I think it is. It's going to be Frank's Red Hot Sauce. If you guys aren't using any sauces on your chicken, what are you doing? It's amazing. Like, it's honestly, I could put this on rotten meat and it'll probably taste good. Like, this is how good this stuff tastes. And for you guys who don't know, the deeper you get into prep, the better food tastes. So if this tastes good now, when like at my peak fatness bulk, you can imagine how good this tastes when you're lean. Like, it's almost unbelievable how good this tastes. So it's just a dieting hack if you guys don't know about it. Like, use calorie-free sauces, calorie-free sweeteners. These are all just amazing hacks for dieting, and it just changes the way you think about food. So I'm going to use this and eat my chicken. It's kind of cool because the plate's hot right now, and so it makes the sauce a little warm and tastes good. And I use quite a bit because I love Frank's Red Hot Sauce, like you guys can see. Let me show you. If you can let me show you. There. Now, you don't need that much protein before your workouts. I know some people say you don't need any, which is probably true. You probably don't need pretty much any protein as long as you have carbs. The carbs are the most important before workouts. So, but the reason why I like having protein is because my workouts are kind of long. I'm doing full body, and if I don't have any protein, I'm gonna be pretty hungry at like just an hour or two in, and my workouts can last sometimes anywhere up to 3 hours. So I do full body every other day. So I don't work out every day. So that's what you're wondering. So yeah, it can take a while, but you know, it's one of those things where it's like it kind of balances out because I don't go every day, and at the same time, it's like this is what I do. So it's like it's my hobby. So I love doing it. You decide what you want to put your time into. You know, if that's something else, that's fine. But for me, what I want to put my time into is bodybuilding because I love bodybuilding, and that's what I'm going to keep doing. So, but anyway, I'm going to eat this chicken. It's kind of cold in my house, so my chicken's already cold. I just took it out of the air fryer. So I like to have my protein first, and then I have my oatmeal, which I eat after this. So this whole meal is probably going to be about 50 or 60 grams of protein. And it is pretty good. I don't get hungry in my workout, so that's good. And some blueberries. Not going to add that much, probably 70 grams, because I'm going to have a banana after this as well. And of course, I am weighing this out, just so I can get a good measurement. This is the final bowl. Got some blueberries, a little bit of chia seeds, not too much, because I'm not trying to have that much fiber pre-workout. A lot of cinnamon and some 0-calorie sweetener. So mix that all up. Eat that and probably have a banana, and then that'll be my pre-workout meal. All right, about to head to the gym. Just had my pre-workout, so I like to have about 30 minutes before I take it, before heading to the gym. Some people, it takes about an hour for caffeine to hit them, but for me, it tends to hit me pretty quickly. So going to take advantage of that and take it and then head to the gym. If you guys aren't taking pre-workout, I recommend it, which is crazy because in the past, if you know me, I used to always think pre-workouts were way overrated and I didn't really take advantage of them at all. I didn't really take caffeine that much. I probably just drank maybe a coffee here and there, but nothing extreme, nothing crazy. And over time, I've seen the benefits of pre-workout, and now to the point where I really highly recommend them because they help you with performance. And I think performance, you know, as especially if you're natural, like our training is everything. Like we can't rely on drugs to get us to where we need to be. So we have to take advantage of everything else that we can, and that is going to be, supplements, and of course not the illegal supplements. No peptides or SARMs or any of that stuff. But yeah, pre-workout is, I think, I'm not gonna say underrated. I don't know if it's underrated. I wouldn't say that, but I know for me it was underrated. But now I'm taking it and I feel great. I don't even use caffeine pills too. I think those are great as well. Because if you guys are on a budget and you don't want to spend all this money on pre-workout, just buy caffeine pills, or drink coffee. Because 1 cup of coffee has about 200 milligrams of caffeine. So you take that, that's pretty good. Or caffeine pills. I take both because I just love how caffeine makes me feel. And I don't get too like jittery or crazy like some people do. Like they feel that their heart's gonna come out of their chest. Like for me, I don't really notice that. To me, I just feel really focused and good, and it's really good, and I recommend it. So if you guys are tapped into pre-workout, just buy caffeine pills, save yourself some money. You don't need to be spending a ton of money on this stuff. Like a lot of it's just not a waste, but it's not necessary. You know what I mean? So it just will help you get that little edge. So, if that's what you want, then yeah, I recommend it. But yeah, going to do a full body workout today. I'm still doing full body every other day. I'm not sure if I mentioned that last video, but doing full body every other day. I love training full body. If you guys don't know, full body is, I think, one of the best splits. It's the most fun, in my opinion, because you have to train everything. So for me, it's like you get to pick your favorite movements and do them all every day. And I just repeat that same workout pretty much all the time. And it's great. And I don't really focus too much on everyone talking about what's the best split or what's the best amount of volume. I mean, honestly, you guys just have to try it yourself. I mean, no one really knows what the best is. Like I'm not sure if the best even exists, to be honest. I feel like you just have to experiment and see what works best for you and your lifestyle and what you can recover from, what you can get stronger from. Because if you are not recovering or you're not noticing progress, then something's wrong either with your training, your nutrition, your sleep, all that stuff. Like it all matters. And I think we put way too much emphasis on the split you're doing, which to me, it's like probably one of the least important factors of building muscle. There are way more important stuff than that. But yeah, going to try to record in the gym. There's a lot of exercises I do, and so I might not record all of them. Honestly, I just hate recording in gyms. If you guys don't know, I don't know, I still get a little social anxiety from it. Because like, I don't like being that guy in the gym who pulls out their tripod and starts recording themselves. It just feels very, I don't know, elitism or performative. And I'm just like, I'm not trying to do all that. Like, I think honestly what helps or what has helped me is to reframe my mindset into thinking that I'm doing this to help someone and not so much I'm doing this for vanity reasons or for likes and views. I mean, we're all trying to, get more views and stuff like on our content while we're filming it. But at the same time, it's like, you have to come back down to the essence of what it is that you're doing and why you did this in the first place. And to me, it's a mixture of, I want to document this for myself so I can have something to look back on in the future. And at the same time, I want to help others in any way that is, either inspiration, motivation, information, education, like all that stuff. And I hope that, people take something away from these videos and learn or inspire them in some way. So that's the reason why I do this. And so I have to reframe in my mind and tell myself that I'm doing this to help someone. So I think saying that to myself helps me record and not feel so self-conscious that people are going to think of something of me. And that's just the whole thing. It's like with social media, especially, like, people are going to think a certain way about you no matter what you do. For example, like yesterday I posted a TikTok video and I was getting a lot of hate from some people for something I posted and hating on me about something I didn't even say. And it just like kind of dawns on you. Like, if you guys don't know what the Dunning-Kruger effect is, it's pretty much a topic that people think that they have a lot of knowledge on when they really don't. And their level of confidence is like way up here rather than someone who knows a lot about the subject and their confidence about it is way down here. It's like your professor or someone who knows this topic very well and they admit that they don't know a lot, because there's still so much to learn. But the ignorant person is like, I know so much about this topic and I'm so right and you're so wrong. And I feel like that's
so prevalent in social media, and everyone thinks that they know everything and that they have the right answer and that everything is black and white. And if they don't like what you say, they're going to attack you. Because I think I had a video, and it was an influencer, and I think these are some of her followers, I think. And it's crazy to me how I feel like a lot of these influencers have like a cult-like following. And if you guys know what I mean, you know what I mean. It's like these influencers can say literally anything. Like it could be the most unhinged thing or incorrect, misleading information, and their followers will just eat it up. And they'll come defending anything they have to say just because their favorite influencer said it. And if you say anything against them or say anything that's not even remotely bad, just anything about them at all that's not, if they don't take it in the right way, they're going to come for you, okay? And it doesn't matter if you're right or wrong, you're always going to be wrong to them. And I think that's what social media, I feel like what it is like they're either going to look at you and be like, wow, that was a very insightful piece of information, or they're going to hate at you, and it's usually the latter, unfortunately. Usually people, they're not going to take criticism of any kind well, even if you're right. Because to them, they don't care. To them, they don't want to feel like what you're saying goes against to what they've been doing. And I think that is pretty much the case with anything in politics too, is that people don't want to think that they're doing something wrong, or because it makes them feel like they wasted their time, or it makes them feel less intelligent. And so, yeah, they get defensive, So, yeah, it's unfortunate because a lot of these people, they don't know me, they don't know who I am, or what I stand for. And they're just coming at me like, with torches and pitchforks and, oh my gosh, how could you? You're so terrible. And it's like, you don't even know. And a lot of it's just a straw man fallacy. If you guys know what straw man fallacies are, it's like they're pretty much making up an argument that I never made, and they're coming at you in that aspect saying, oh, you said this, or they're attacking something you didn't even mention, and that's not the case. So yeah, it's just people, they're going to believe what they want to believe, and just let them, because I've honestly come to a point where if I see someone disagree with me in the comments, I'm just gonna let them disagree. I'm not even gonna respond sometimes because it's honestly just a waste of time. I'm trying harder now not to let it affect me and not respond to these people, because a lot of time you're just not really gonna get anywhere. Like the best case scenario is that I hope someone in the comments reads what I say and maybe they have a different perspective or change their mind on something. Not necessarily the person I'm responding to, but other people. But honestly, it just becomes a waste of time for the most part, because a lot of people are just very stubborn and they're not going to take anything you say to them well, and they just won't. And I think that's okay. If you want to think what you want to think, that's fine. You're more than welcome to think however you want. But yeah, I feel like most of the time it's just a waste of time. So. Sometimes I don't respond if they are disagreeing, because to me it's just like, you can think what you want, because I feel like this is almost at a point where I could say, I could give you all the studies, I can tell you all the reasons as to why, why I think the way I do, and it won't matter, because they're going to think how they want to think, So yeah, I think that's one of the things about maturing in life, is letting people think how they want, not being so butthurt over what people think of you or what they're going to say, because everyone is always going to think something and have something to say. So again, don't let what strangers on the internet affect your mental health, because I have let it in the past get to me. I'm learning not to do that anymore. So here's to moving forward and being more positive, because I feel like the internet can be a very negative place, and until you've been there, you know what I mean. It can be really hard, and it's sad because I wish it wasn't that way, but it is. But it can also be very positive. There's been a lot of people that I met on social media that I really like, and I met some great friends on here. Hopefully you guys got something out of that. Let me know in the comments if you know what I'm talking about, or if you had an experience, like if you know what I mean, where you say something and someone extrapolates the most negative thing from what you said, and probably it's not even what you even said. It's something that they're thinking in their head and they attack you on it. But yeah, let me know if that has happened to you. I'm sure it has, because if it's happened to me, I'm sure it's happened to someone else. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna head to the gym right now and I'm gonna get this workout started. And yeah, I'll see you guys at the gym. Not even sure if you guys are picking any of this up, but that was a good set. I think I've been stuck at that weight for about 6 reps. I did 7 today, and that felt really good. So again, take these reps as you can, like take progress as you can. It's not always going to come to you that quick. If anything, it's really slow, but just keep on trying and progressing, and let progress come to you, and don't chase progress. If you chase progress, you're mostly going to mess up your form. And that's one thing you don't want to do when you're working out and try and progress, is chase progress, because then you're going to be doing a lot of ego lifting and stuff like that. So let progress come to you, and you'll notice that you'll see a lot better gains, and you're not going to be as injured as much. So. That was a good set too. An extra rep, I think let me check. I think I was at 6 reps last time. Yeah, so I did 230 for 6. Again, like if I didn't tell you guys earlier, but like about a couple months ago, I noticed like a chest strain. I think it was from doing pec deck. And yeah, it kind of strained a little bit, but I'm doing a little better now. And I think what happens when you get injured like that, you just have to kind of reset your form in a bit and kind of build your way back up slowly. And that's what I kind of did. And if anything, I feel like I'm stronger now than I was before the injury, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I did an extra rep here. And yeah, pretty good so far. I always like when the workout starts off really strong, because it kind of sets the pace for the rest of the workout. And so it feels really good when I get a really good start. So really happy with the 2 first exercises so far. But yeah, starting off with chest, because chest is like one of my biggest priorities, along with my shoulders. I feel like shoulders and chest for me have been my biggest biggest points I've been trying to improve. And because I really want to make sure like the side chest looks good. And also when I do like a front double bicep, I want to make sure that my chest doesn't completely disappear. And that's been a big struggle of mine. So I feel like as soon as I raise my arm, my chest just disappears. And so just really trying to focus on getting that mass build up there. I'm pretty sure that was a PR too. Sometimes, like usually what I've noticed in the past is that if I hit a PR in my first few exercises, usually the rest of the workout is like peak. Like I start hitting PRs everywhere. And that's just, again, a really good sign that things are going the right direction, because it's not always the case that if you're getting stronger, you know, you're putting on more muscle, because like America said earlier, if you're changing your form up, or if you're, you know, ego lifting, and just getting that weight up, using momentum or changing your body, you know, changing your body so it makes it easier, it's not gonna be like a PR. Your muscle's not really doing the work, you know what I mean? It's momentum taking over. So that's why it's like really important to standardize your form as much as possible, because it's like the only way you can really tell. And even then, you know, it's just like, you just hope that it's standardized. You hope that it's the same as it was last time, because it's not always gonna be that way. So you just have to really, really pay attention. And I think this is what divides, you know, the people who are like pro at this and people who are beginners, that you really know like when that was more ego lifting and more like, okay, that was not. So again, it's a very hard balance to find sometimes. So just gotta do your best. But yeah, doing shoulders next. I usually always do shoulders or chest first. So again, those are my parts I'm working on the most. So always start your workout with the body parts that you're trying to bring up the most, because you're gonna be the most fresh and you're able to push the most on those sets. So really take advantage of that in the beginning of your workout. So I'm probably gonna do one more set here, and then I'm gonna go to shoulder press. Again, one more rep than last time. Sound like Greg Doucette right now. Better than last time. Stronger than last time. Oh. Now, some of you might be wondering why I'm doing a shoulder press and a lateral raise in the same workout. Is that redundant? Yes, no. it depends on your goals, right? Depends on what you're doing, what your volume is. There's so much nuance in this. You guys tend to forget that. Like sometimes I'll just do 1 set of lateral raise, 1 set of shoulder press. Some days I'll do 2 sets lateral raise, 2 sets shoulder press. You know, it depends on what I'm doing that day or how I'm feeling. Like usually I go by progress, and I go by, that's the only time I kind of use soreness as an indicator, is if a certain muscle is feeling too sore, then I'll just not do as much volume. So to me, that's giving me like a negative feedback that there's probably too much stimulus going on. So I'll kind of just tone it back. But for the most part, soreness is not really too much of an issue for me, so I don't really worry too much about it. But I'll just go by progress. So if I notice that things are going good, then I'll just keep it. Like I said, like my shoulders are a big part of what I'm trying to bring up. So I think maximizing, you're going to have to probably do a lateral raise and a shoulder press. Do you have to do them in the same workout? No, but try it out, experiment, see if you progress that way. If you notice you're not progressing that way, then just stick to one and just try that. So you don't always have to do both. So just why it's like a lot of this is just experimentation. A lot of it is based in theory. You know, it's not always going to be like simple, like, oh, do this and do that, and you're going to get this result. Try things out and see what works. I'm starting to do a pull down to the side, some more frontal plane, and then a pull down in the front, some more sagittal. Still experimenting, seeing which one I like. Like right now I'm doing both, but in the future I might just stick to one. Right now I'm really liking the sagittal, so close grip right here. I like that one so much. I like it more than a lat pull down. I don't know, I feel like it's just more comfortable right here. And I feel a ton of lat on that one. I know it's not always about feeling, but I just like that sensation you get when you do a set and you feel the muscle. Like, to me, it sends a good feedback. Not necessary, but I like the feeling. Now, for most people, you can get by just doing a lat pull down and a high row. You'll be good for the vast majority of you. And I probably will be good too, but I want to take it a step further and do more angles just because I am trying to maximize muscle gain. And again, a lot of this is based in theory, so I don't really know. But I like doing multiple angles. And so I'll kind of mess around with volume. So I won't do so much volume in one exercise. I'll kind of spread it out. So I'll do 1 set somewhere else, and then I'll do 2 sets somewhere else. And over time, overall, you look at volume overall, not just in one workout. So you can easily overdo in one workout. So always look at how much total volume you're doing per week, and then go back to your notes and see if you're progressing. If you're not progressing, or take a look at your physique, if you're adding more muscle or not over time, if your body weight is slowly going up. Like, all these things matter and you have to pay attention to them. Probably my favorite lat movement right now doing. So playing around with 1 or 2 sets on these. Some days I'll do 1, some they'll do 2. Something I really started doing with these is like really bracing and really just focusing on getting my elbows down here. So, because in the past I used to probably arch a little more, so I was more like this. And I think I used to take away some from my lat, but ever since I started bracing, I started being more in this position. I feel a ton more lat. It just feels so much better too. So really play around with bracing more. Like I didn't take advantage of that too much in the past. Like even with my presses, I'm like bracing a lot more now too. Because like in the past, I used to be arching a lot more, and my ribs, they really come out a lot. So I've been more like getting into that whole compression, rib compression stuff. So, you know, just play around with it and see if it works for you. It's not gonna be the same for everyone, so. So for biceps, I tend to keep it pretty simple. I either do preacher curl or I do this cable curl with the hoist machine. I sometimes do that one. Usually I only do that one when this one's taken. Usually don't like bothering people or asking to work in. I do if I have to sometimes, I'll ask, but most of the time I don't. But today I'm doing the preacher curl. Really love this machine. I feel like this is pretty much all you need for biceps. It's really good. You just want to make sure that when you set this one up, that you want the pad about pit height. I think one of the problems people do with this one is that they're too high, and so it's more like this, and it's just way too easy. You're not really challenging the bicep where it has the most leverage right here. So in this position, you're gonna be a lot better for biceps than you are if you're more hunched like this. Like if you're doing on the dumbbell curl, it's different because you can come all the way down, but on this machine, well, you can't see here, but it has a fixed position at the bottom. So you can't go lower than what the machine has intended. So a work around that is just to lower the seat. And you'll notice when you lower the seat, it's gonna be a little harder. For the beginning part, if you haven't done it, it's gonna be a little harder. But over time, you'll get your strength back and you'll be back to where you used to be. But I think you're going to get a way better results on your biceps if you lower the seat. So just a little tip for you guys. I'll probably usually I do this one and I stay in the same machine and I do a hammer grip. So what I'll do is I'll grab the handles in the middle like that and I'll just do like a hammer curl that way. I usually do that for my brachialis. So I'll do 1 or 2 sets of regular grip and then I'll do 1 or 2 sets of the hammer curl. All right, so I'm just gonna go straight into my working set here. Usually if I'm doing a bicep curl and I go into a hammer curl, I want to do a warm-up set in between. Because for me, it's like the biceps are already warm, so there's no point to do another warm-up set. You're just wasting energy that can be used for the set, right? So you're already plenty warmed up. I'm even wearing a sweater still because I like staying warm during my workout. But yeah, I'm gonna go straight into this one. I like using these little grips because the handles in the middle are just all metal and sometimes they tend to pinch my skin. But when I use these grips, they don't, so I use them because why not? All right, just finished doing preachers. I'm just a low posing right now. I've not done my workout yet. I'm still gonna do probably a pullover and then I have to do a stiff leg deadlifts, but I'm trying to catch the light before it goes down, so I'm gonna take off my mic. You're not gonna hear me anymore, but If you're noticing, I'm ending with stiff leg deadlift, so pretty fatigued at this point. The reason is because my lower body is kind of a strong point of mine, especially my hamstrings. So I'm not trying to put too much emphasis on them right now. Like for the most part, I'm spending more time on seated leg curls. Like that's the part, like the exercise I'm really focusing on right now. Hinges are kind of coming second to that. But I was at one point trying to hit a 500-pound stiff leg deadlift, but I feel like that was kind of a lost cause in a way, because I'm not really trying to be a strength athlete per se. I mean, of course, we're always trying to reach strength goals, but it's not my ultimate goal. Physique goals are my main importance. And so I feel like I should probably put it on the back burner right now. But if I was trying to get stronger in my hinges, I would do them a lot earlier. All right, workout completed. I finished the workout with, I think, 13 miles on cardio. I mean, I'm not sure how accurate that is because it's on an incline and I have resistance on it. So I'm not sure how many miles it is. All I know is I kind of go by that. And I kind of look at my heart rate to see, kind of how intense I'm going. And I really prefer it's not a true elliptical because it's like an arc trainer, if you guys know what those are, like the Life Fitness arc trainers. I love those machines. It's probably my favorite way to do cardio. They just feel so smooth, and it feels so nice. I prefer doing elliptical stuff for cardio, mostly because you're going to be burning more calories because you're using your arms too. And a lot of people don't know that. That's why they do like incline walking, which is great. It's fine. Incline walking, that's probably my next best one that I do if I'm not doing the elliptical. The worst one is like the Stairmaster, I feel like, because the Stairmaster, I feel like you get the most fatigue because you're doing pretty much lunges the whole time, and it's like holy fatigue maxing. Definitely not my favorite thing to do. Elliptical, incline walking, even the cycling is good too. If you guys are tapped into that one, that's really good. But yeah, I'm at Trader Joe's right now doing something special. Tomorrow is going to be my anniversary with my girlfriend, and I'm here at Trader Joe's. And if you guys don't know about Trader Joe's flower arrangements, you need to tap in. And it's so easy too. You just go and you pick out flowers and you make a bouquet, and it's so simple, and it's so thoughtful, and it doesn't take much effort. And I feel like so many guys don't put any effort into their relationships, and you guys, it's not that hard, okay? Coming from a guy to another guy, put more effort into your relationships, guys. Like, it's really sad how low the bar is when it comes to how much effort people put in relationships nowadays, especially men. And just you'd be surprised, just by how much little more effort you put in, how much more you get back, and how much your girlfriend will appreciate it. And if your girlfriend doesn't appreciate that, there's something wrong with her. I mean, I feel like, we live in a day and age where I feel like there's not as much effort being put in and there's not much appreciation. And I feel like that's so sad. And I think it really needs to change. I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like the dating scene right now is really bad. I think there's a lot of commitment issues, but anyway, I'm going on a tangent right now. I'm going to make this a super long video, but anyways, just going to go and going to get some flowers and make a bouquet. I'm not sure. I'm not going to take the camera in there. I don't know how they feel about recording in Trader Joe's, and I don't want them to kick me out or anything like that. So I'll report back when I get home, and I'll go from there. But yeah. All right, home now. Just took a shower and made dinner. I didn't want to show me prepping everything because it takes too long, and I don't want this video to be 2 hours long or anything like that. But let me show you what I'm eating right now for dinner. So we got 964 ground beef mixed with some mushrooms, some turkey bacon, onion, and garlic. And of course we got sauteed broccoli, a little bit of soy sauce, and some garlic salt. And then pasta. And then I have some sourdough in the air fryer that I'm going to toast up. And then I'm going to add sliced avocado on top. And that's pretty much it. Alright guys, that's the video. Gonna end it there. If I didn't say it earlier, I'm gonna say it now. But I'm officially 34 weeks out from my first show. And I haven't competed in over a decade. So this is going to be really exciting. And I'm just so anxious to see how I look after all these years of training. And hopefully it's gonna pay off because I am really coming for that pro card. And yeah, just going to make some moves and just try my best and just see where everything lands, because I feel like as long as you work hard, regardless of how you place, you're going to be happy because you know that you gave it your all. So that's all I can ever ask myself, is just to do my best and to put my best foot forward, and that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, you guys like the video, please, and subscribe if you want to see more videos of me getting ready for the show. But until then, I have to get back to making this bouquet. Peace, guys.